can predict it down
I think
to
I've
happened to this place?
No, I haven't met
Matriarch's
everyone
mercy
yet.
is no safer than
Okay,
the
what's going on
trenches.
over here?
Look on the bright
We're not
side.
going
I
anywhere.
predict that the worst
Not on the
is behind
basis
us.
of some half-baked prediction. This so-called exclusion zone is where we stake our claim. Stand with me in defense of freedom.
You're different.
No reason to reason with you.
Okay. Lord Helmet.
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you. You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. Tell me.
Well, I prefer to think of myself as a free agent. No commitments, no complications.
Cheers to that, friend. When war looms its ugly head, adaptation is key. May Huffstetler, formerly Auntie's Choice, Department of Invasive Marketing. Now, the voice of the displaced. That's what those in the Order call me, leastways. An unofficial sobriquet, likely meant as a petulant slight. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little except needs. I turn those into demands for reasons of clarity and import.
All right, where did all these people come from?
Some are former Auntie's Choice like me. Some were abandoned by the Protectorate. All of us have been displaced by conflict somehow, directly or otherwise. Happy as I am to make your acquaintance, I'm busy staking our claim over the exclusion zone, so if you'll excuse me.
What was that you mentioned about an exclusion zone?
The exclusion zone. The Order has decided to keep us out thanks to some nebulous prediction of disaster. Screw their predictions. We have people, displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them.
I'm sure the Order has your safety in mind. Like, even if I put aside the magic and the mysticism, it could be someone looked at, if this is the location, someone looked here and said, hey, those rocks might fall down. Don't let the people stay there. I'm just saying. I'm against their whole math religion and the other religion in general with the cult of this sovereign guy. But I feel like there's a logical reason for why you guys should not be setting up camp next to this cliff.
This camp keeps us safe from the war. And now the Order wants to keep us safe from the camp? Where are we supposed to go? I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur. I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but you, maybe you'll have better luck.
I'll give it a try.
Thanks, stranger. Maybe fate's on our side for a change. You can find Agarwal in the lift building, probably formulating another equation to get on my nerves.
That's a different quest. Okay. And with that, we start Present and Future Company Excluded. The refugees of Matriarch's Mercy wish to expand their settlement into the exclusion zone, which is forbidden by the Order. The voice of the displaced asked you to mediate this disagreement with Administrator Agarwal. Yeah, that's a name.
Stranger?
How are things around the camp?
Vexing. We're at the mercy of the Order, and the Order is at the mercy of their predictions. Not to insult our gracious hosts, but these people don't wipe themselves unless an equation tells them to.
I can believe it. Alright. Let me go ahead and,
What happened to this place?
go talk to Agarwal.
Matriarch's mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you?
How did you know she sent me? Is it because you can see the future?
Mathematical predictions always keep us one step ahead. My latest augury noted that a stranger would come bearing an inconvenient message. This is about the exclusion zone, correct?
Because I want to shrug, but also talk to me like I'm not from around here. Explain it to me in terms of Dragon Ball Z. Can you do that?
Fair enough. The exclusion zone is a mere corner of Matriarch's mercy, and rightfully off limits. You see, the Seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril.
Precisely how dangerous is the exclusion zone?
We don't know, and therein lies the frustration. The Seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, "An outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute." And now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. Perhaps you are the outside mediator who was foretold.
Where would I even begin?
The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. With your seasoned perspective, perhaps the voice of the displaced will learn to listen. Any questions before you get started?
I don't want them to have the exclusion zone. Because even though I don't believe in the predictive magic, I feel like it's something simple like vibranium gas. Because you can see on the rocks, they have the glow. Or that the rocks could just fall and crush them all. So I don't believe in their magic. But just by looking at the area, it doesn't look safe. What can you tell me about the voice of the displaced?
I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. But you already knew that.
Earlier, you said I was foretold. How does that work?
Novice Seer Vickerage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here.
Okay. So if I learn about everyone's concerns, I'll earn enough trust to resolve this dispute?
According to predictions, yes. Or at least, my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them. Form your own opinion. And when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone. My time is yours. For now.
Your misgivings aside, how are things in Matriarch's mercy?
Besides what I've already told you, to put it gently, disorganized, which is irregular for a group that prides itself on mathematical acumen. But with effort, patience, and collaboration, I am confident that Matriarch's mercy will soon be a haven for the displaced.
I feel like this is something that's gonna need me to do the main story part, so I shouldn't be doing it now. So it was you.
Broke my nose last scrap.
Or, I guess Raleigh Dortmunder did, huh?
I still don't get any of this.
It was you two.
Ah, I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won, you won, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now.
Well, can you tell me anything about the situation in this settlement?
You used at least 2 words I ain't sure I know. And I already forgot the question. No? I think.
You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this... What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Borsloaf.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her Mapother and Mudge sent you.
Sounds good, Mapother and Mudge.
This is truly a misbegotten settlement if criminals are allowed to operate openly within it. Architect's mercy.
Okay, none of you are named. Tilda Raidmocker.
You got business? No? Move on.
I can pay. Tell them I'm with the Art Directorate, but I helped an agent of yours in Fairfield. She promised I would find friends in Sub Rosa.
You the fixer lent your aid to Agent Galloway? Don't suppose you got that crawling hibiscus she promised to sneak me, huh? Forget it. You can come in.
Nice. What do you got for me?
Don't do anything foolish.
Agent Kobor. You got a card. Matthew Zimmerman.
Hello, hello. You're the one that aided us in availing Sub Rosa of a rather large shipment of Spectrum vodka, yes? Agent Galloway is slightly less trustful than most feral canids, so winning her over speaks volumes of your character. Consequently, I'm pleased to present you purchase access to my fine wares. It's fortunate you're no stranger to contraband.
Where does Sub Rosa stand on the war?
We stand that we'd like to make a good ton of bits on the war, and maybe expand our reach in the process. Beyond that, I'm not supposed to comment. But Sub Rosa consists primarily of ex-Anti's Choice and ex-Protectorate personnel. We've still got folks we care about out there. Complicates some of our feelings on the fighting. But if the fighting stops, our income begins to go dry.
Exactly. They need the war to keep going, so they're making money. If your wares are so good, why are you operating out of a refugee camp?
It's superb cover and a consistent market. Refugees are in need of all sorts of supplies that the Order cannot provide, and Sub Rosa delivers, at only a reasonable markup. Myself, I enjoy the thrills of the environ. Will the Order attempt to drive me out? Will Matriarch's mercy be shelled? Shall I run out of new cereals? Oh, thrilling!
I mean, you got some guts. I admire that. If I had 3.
Why, I thank you. Takes a unique sort to appreciate the finer points of illegal smuggling.
Well, let's see what you got.
Feast thine eyes on the merchandise.
Oh, you got something unique. Acquisitions. Adaptive engineering. This armor uses an adaptive technology generated by the archive. It is so complex that no one actually understands it. Plus, you have 2 keys. That's about it. Excuse me, guys.
I've got no qualms with you, friend.
Y'all love your purple hair. What is that supposed to be? What? Okay. Maybe a card reader? Tilda?
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention.
Actually, Mopather and Mudge sent me.
Oh, really? Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense? That's a marked improvement on earlier. Guessing they left out a bunch, though. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy.
Okay, so they fight using stand-ins? What does that solve?
Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly?
Okay, well, I guess I can't ask you about the quest. So this isn't the sub-Rosa base like I thought it was. Well, I came to ask about the situation in the camp, but you answered my question.
Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yags, 2 pugilized pugilists, and a cicanid to feed. Don't make me call Mapother and Mudge over. They don't like no fighting for free.
Was that it? That was your entire conversation? I'm supposed to talk to... I guess, yeah, this isn't Sub-Rosa headquarters.
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for Duarte's nose.
Don't feel like no stand-in.
Oh.
Ow.
Alright, well, because that doesn't progress a different quest, I'm just gonna finish talking to all the people that I have left to talk to. Did I talk to you?
The paradigm is a self-centered derivative take on the grand plan. That's how little the Protectorate respects your intellect.
Vicar Edie?
Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere.
Okay, well, I have Brilliant and Professor. So, I'm hardly a layperson. I own 2 abacuses, one for work and one for play.
Ah, frivolous jocularity is one of a vicar's key methods for establishing rapport with lay people. If we gab a bit, I might restock my arsenal for witty rejoinders and quips.
You seem fairly in the know. What's the situation in this settlement?
Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail.
You haven't actually told me anything about the situation here.
Oh, dear. I got ahead of myself, didn't I? That's an occupational hazard around here. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle.
Do you think people are listening?
Never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. Give it a few years and they'll even be asking questions.
No, they'll probably be dead. Oh. Hey.
The meaning of life is numeric.
Oh, God.
And we are the keepers of the equation.
Your wrist broke there for it. Guys. Come on. Oh, those are rocks falling. I thought that was someone blowing it up. And oh, what is... Oh, I guess if I wanted to sneak in? Through the back of the latrine? Violet Muncey. Mound of wreckage. You see a large pile of seemingly unrelated debris. What this once was isn't readily apparent at first. I can examine it, but I don't have engineering or observation. On further study, it seems this once was an improvised structure of some kind. Keep examining. I can't because I don't have
Shame
enough.
what happened there. I seen the whole thing.
Okay. Violet, you have a black eye.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be.
My health was never in question, but anyone inside must have been gravely injured.
Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former aunties like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This time it was Rollo Nast? No. Gert Valkenberg. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down.
Alright, so a bunch of displaced have been hurt doing this?
Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes.
Well, the Order is doing the best with what they have on hand.
They're doing something, which is better than nothing, but not by much.
Okay.
Go on. You take care now. You hear?
Yep. Oh, I didn't mean to steal that, but now it's mine. That's not stealing.
Whilst peregrinating outside inhabited areas, those choosing to heed said forewarnings are predicted to have a 14.7% higher chance of survival.
So this is a crime family, because there's now 3 of them, whereas before there was just the 2.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
And less sprat. It's just a thought.
The grand plan is the predetermined order to be...
So is this the exclusion zone? Yeah, I feel like the reason being is because these cliffs might fall on you, or also right there. There's some uranium right there. Y'all probably don't want to be over here. That's just my 2 cents. But, you do you,
Where
I
do we go
guess.
now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error,
Rollo Nast. Oh, hey, we heard about you.
improve in time.
Rollo.
Stop it with the predictions. You don't even know multivariable calculus.
Just trying to cheer you up.
Oh, a visitor. Without notice. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order projection. I mean, prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good.
You're fond of these pops, aren't you? You're fond of these pops, are you?
I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rollo Nast, our Seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one. As a laugh, everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on.
I don't know which one of my companions is right next to me, leaning into the frame, but come on, bro. How accurate would you say the Order's predictions are?
I mean, if you want an exact estimate or percentage, talk to them. As for me, I just got that, what do you call it? Anecdotal feedback. A few times, I couldn't make heads or tail of half of it. Like, avoid anything representing whole numbers? I didn't know what to do about that. So I just stayed put. End of the day, I'm still here, and my co-occupant Ike isn't. So, I guess them prognostications work well enough.
So you'd say the Order's predictions have helped you?
You did catch the part I said they saved my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, you know? Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already. Anybody needs me, I'll be right here patiently awaiting my latest personalized order prediction.
Okay, we get a key here. Oh, I could have swore I saw a person up here. Oh, there's still so much more. Well, you're Agarwal. Plotnick?
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced.
Seems you're pretty busy helping the displaced. What exactly do you do here?
I have zero allotted time for random queries, at present or in the foreseeable future. But very well. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine.
I'm sorry to say, but the displaced may not have noticed either.
With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me.
Okay, well, I bet you're more stressed than you let on, but you seem happy about it.
The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources.
All right, she'll leave you to it.
Appreciate you respecting my time. My time is yours.
I lost out on the ability to ask for a quest. Well, good thing I saved before this. Why would you remove that option? What do you have in your shop?
You may peruse to your heart's content, but do so speedily for my sake.
Okay, you do have a unique thing, Patient Step. This armor takes conservation of energy to an extreme degree. Did someone check the math on this? It's just so... Why? Why would you remove my ability to ask for the quest? Just because I didn't ask for it. I assumed quest questions would be locked in place, so I can ask anything else and always come back to them. You're not breathing. Okay, yes you are.
By the law, It's you.
Yeah. It's me. Hollis Beardsley? Do I know you?
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help.
You want my help? You don't even know me.
True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself.
Oh, that's right. They're the future people. I was very confused. Well, I have a question first. What do you think of conditions at this camp?
As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out.
Well, anything I can do to assist with that?
Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Landing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all.
Ah, good old Horst. You desperately needed my help with something else?
You see, the Seers are members of the Order who labor over the universal equation. Even in its unfinished state, the equation gives them the means to predict the future. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my prayers. I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are, a dashing outsider standing before me.
I mean, thanks, but I'm wearing a helmet. No, I'm wearing a hat. The Order devised an equation that calculates the unknowable? How is that possible?
Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good at predicting what is probably most likely extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of this camp.
Alright, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's Mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them.
Think you could help, Inez? I didn't bring v.a.l.e.r.i.e with me, but alright.
Might have time to patch up 1 or 2 patients before we head out. I used to be a combat medic. A good one, too.
You also strike me as someone on the go. I need committed medical employees, not a freelancer. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks.
Before I go, I had another thing.
How can I be of service?
Let's see what you got.
Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge, but my prices are fair.
So you have a new drink for me. And that's really it. Got any more named people? Simeon, Vickerage. Gary the snail up there. Bro, maybe not.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
Okay, well, before I talk to you guys... Simeon?
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well then, I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct?
Yeah, how does the Order predict the future?
We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths.
So you tell everyone in the Order what to do?
More what to watch out for. Advisement on adhering to the plan. Forecasts of probabilistic dangers. Elements of larger predictions made relevant to groups and individuals. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense.
No, it's fine. Do unforeseen factors get in the way of your predictions?
Unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables, all of them can undercut the accuracy of our predictions. But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknowns. Then finally, known knowns. You follow?
You're quoting the Boondocks, bro? Things that we don't know, Okay. Can you tell me anything about the situation in the settlement?
Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area.
So you lack any substantial ways to aid the refugees?
There's nothing more practical than improving lives now, is there? We've offered the displaced access to our weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly.
I could tell him to help elsewhere, but I feel like he's not going to be of any use because he only understands one thing. One person here will swear by the Order's predictive methods.
One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the Displaced as well.
Probably not going to happen. So this is a predictory. I expected more than a desk.
True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means.
All right. Well, I should go.
I foresee you have much to do. I won't keep you. Adieu.
That's only one ado. Not much ado. All right. So I didn't realize that all the people I've been talking to was what was counting towards this. So I'm good. I think I have everything I need. So the local doctor wants to provide enough medicine and address sicknesses, which will keep occurring until the overcrowding conditions are addressed. So that's one for the, what do you call, the voice? Sure. The Order Provisioner appears actively engaged in providing food, so that's one for the Order. The Displaced appear to have hired sub-Rosa proxies to help with the overcrowding, that's one for the voice. An Order Vicar appears actively engaged in educating, that's one for the Order. Rollo Nast says Order's predictions are helping him, so that's one for the Order. Members of the Displaced, so it's still even. It's 6-6 or 3-3. So now I need to seek out and begin the mediation. It's because I reloaded a save, so I didn't do Rollo's conversation again. That's why it didn't progress anything. So I had to re-talk to Rollo.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's mercy.
If I'm being honest,
safer than the
they
trenches.
could rework this situation.
I predict that the worst is behind us.
They have all of these containers that they could turn into housing. And just, I don't know, rearrange everything, but it's not, obviously I don't get a say in that. Who are you, Order Coercer? Alright, let's do a save right in front of you in case I fuck it up.
Oh, Administrant Agarwal. Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
Can you guys remind me again what this whole argument is about?
The Seer predicted imminent danger to the exclusion zone. In the interest of safety, the displaced must leave.
Well, the displaced are the ones taking that risk, on the grounds the predictions can be false.
The displaced are under the Order's care, and the Order should decide what is best for them. Hence why we need the help of an outsider. Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands.
Okay, well, I would like to discuss what I found out about the Order's side.
Speak on then.
Rollo Nast taught me a bit about the Order's predictions and their usefulness. Sorry, I misspoke.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
Rollo seemed convinced they should be followed.
Quite right. Rollo's co-occupant might have also supported our warnings, had he heeded them.
I don't know. You ask me, when it comes to these Order predictions, there's a lot of room between a probable and definite outcome.
Well, I spoke to Vicar Orendy about her support for the displaced.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
Like, I don't like all of my options. I don't want them to have this area because I still think that there's poisonous gas over there. But all of my options here are not what I want to say. She's out of touch with people's needs. That's true, but I don't want to insult the Order because they're the ones taking care of everybody. She values education, which is true, but her methods are questionable. It's like, I don't care. I don't want them to live here. I want them to live here. I don't want them to have this space because I feel like there's gas. I would rather rebuild the area. That would be my go-to. I would look at it and realize there's enough space for them to live here if they just fixed it. But that's not an option. So I have to say, she means well. Complex mathematicians can be useful, even to the displaced, I think.
Mathematics is the hidden language of the universe, which unites us all. The closer we come to understanding it, the closer we come to true understanding.
I haven't heard that much sugarcoating outside of an anti-suppository ad. But fine. Whatever you say.
Provisioner Plotnick informed me about Order efforts.
You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnick is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Well, she doesn't have... They don't have the space. Well, they do have the space. Again, if they would just rebuild and restructure this area, they have tons of space. but she's committed to ensuring the displaced want for nothing. They have plenty of, she said they have plenty of food, plenty of medicine. Right? Isn't that what she said?
Fair enough. The Order does keep us refugees fed and plenty medicated. To give credit, as I do with blame, where it's due.
All right, let's talk about the displaced and their perspective.
I'm all ears, mediator.
So you've heard about the business with the Sub-Rosa altercations?
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire Sub-Rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd, and I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help.
Why is there no logical answer here? Because all of my things are factual things I can say, but there had better be an ending result where I can say something that makes more sense. I feel like if I let them have this space, they're all gonna die. And it's not magic, it's a gas leak. Overcrowding leads to frustration. Minor issues get amplified in unproductive ways. I'm not going to say that that's the Order's job to stop these people from fighting. Because again, that's putting all the blame on them. When also these refugees could be reworking the structure as well. There's no way to say you both need to work together. And I don't like that. It's either blame one side or blame the other side when it's both sides' fault and they should work together.
Unproductive is one thing. Paid Donnybrooks with surrogate fighters is, well, I'm at a loss for an applicative metaphor to describe it.
Okay, well, I spoke to the camp doctor about the health situation here.
I understand he is rather short-handed.
Yeah. Someone should get right on that, huh? Anyhow. What was the good doctor's diagnosis?
No, his thing is about overcrowding as well. He has meds to treat sickness, but he can't cure overcrowding.
At Auntie's choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness undercuts productivity.
That is indeed unfortunate. But the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns.
Well, I found evidence of a collapsed structure.
Collapsed? But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure, more of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty.
And now I have to blame, again, I have to blame one side or the other, but it's both sides' fault. Both are at fault. They're not working together. They're intentionally working against each other. In actuality, whoever built that shanty, it was their fault. So that would make the most sense. But that's blaming all of the displaced for one person who built it. Or I'm blaming all of the other guys for one person, and I don't like that. Refugees shouldn't have to build in these conditions. These huts come crashing down.
People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established Order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable work, Mediator. What is your decision?
I'm gonna say this, for the record, all of this is ridiculous.
Finally understand what we're dealing with, huh? For every problem, there's an obtuse, indirect solution.
Regardless of your misgivings, I ask that you follow your reason.
It's so stupid that there's no way to say work together, I can either do nothing or I do what I want to do in the first place, which is not give it to the Displaced, because I feel like there's going to be a gas leak. So if that's the only choice I can make, I guess that's my decision. I rule for the Order, they predict disaster, and I won't risk the lives of the Displaced. Although what you guys should do is restructure the building of the camp so that you guys have more space.
Shit. Very well, Administrant. You win. I'll honor the terms of the mediation. Let's hope your math was right.
Have faith. Or, if not faith, reason. We can still work together to improve conditions around Matriarch's mercy. Your reward, Mediator, with my thanks. I now consider the matter decisively closed.
So how are you guys gonna work together? Can I at least... Like, I just don't like that. Right? That is Vibranium. But also, this just looks like it's gonna fall at some point. They have all of these shipping containers that they can reuse and rebuild into...
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
Into homes.
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time.
Stop it with the predictions. You don't even know multivariable calculus.
Just trying to cheer you up.
Like, I understand that they're mad that the Order isn't doing anything, but none of them are doing anything either. Instead of paying Sublight to fight for them, they could be paying Sublight, not Sublight, Sub-Rosa.
How long are we meant to stay here?
To go out.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish.
There's more people just showing up here. They could be paying Sub-Rosa to go out and gather scraps to build better buildings. It doesn't matter, okay? It's a video game. I don't... It just makes no sense that they don't give you an option that a normal person would make, which is compromise, work together.
Sorry, I'm all out of throat lozenges. I'll try not to sneeze on you, but no promises.
Well, here's some good news. Doc Hollis Beardsley asked me to bring you some medicine.
Law, finally. Real relief for my fake symptoms. Let's see it then.
Here you go. At least now you can pretend to feel better.
If it's all the same, I'll give it to someone in real need. I've got more practice ahead of me. Wouldn't want to spoil it by seeking treatment. You have my gratitude, stranger.
Oh, he was faking it the whole time.
Look, I'm not with Auntie anymore.
Like I should beat his ass.
Really?
Primarily just because I'm annoyed by this entire quest line.
I have a lot of people living awfully close right now.
I predict,
Tell you
with
this,
an 8.23 margin
you better be
of error,
right.
that our situation will
Look,
improve in time.
if you guys don't see
Predictions. You don't even know multivariable
the Vibranium
Just trying to cheer
flowing
you
through
up.
that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yes, I tell you, I, for one, will rest easier with the exclusion zone emptied.
Sure.
Welcome back. Any luck?
I'm curious if I want to reload it to see if I give it to them. Are they going to all immediately die? I'm not going to find out until the end of the freaking game, right? Or until the end of this story segment. I don't trust it. I don't believe in their prediction. I don't believe in their weird stuff. It just doesn't feel safe to me. Y'all need to work together and figure it out. That's my final thing.
Look on the bright side.